Y'all, this ICE situation, y'all, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. Now the governor and the mayor has some answering to do, to the federales, y'all. But we is going to get into it. Happy Sunday, y'all. How are y'all doing? Let me know how y'all are doing on a scale of 1 to 10, y'all. My day has been going great, but I've been so busy, y'all. It's been crazy for me. It's been crazy, 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 busy, crazy, crazy, busy, crazy, busy. But I'm getting through it. We getting through it, y'all. We is getting through it. It's nothing to do it, but nothing do to it, but to do it. Yeah, that part. But y'all, welcome in. Hey, Miss Red, how are you? Happy Sunday, y'all. We is gonna get into it because I'm telling you, with this Renee good situation, it has caused an uproar in the nation. People are live, boots on ground. We're going to be doing reactions. It is going crazy, y'all. Don Lemon, he's there right now. We're going to go and do a reaction to his channel amongst a lot of people's channels. So we're just doing reactions to this content because y'all, there is a lot going on. Smash the like button. How are y'all doing today? I know it's been a couple of days. I miss y'all. But y'all, we is back into it and we are gonna listen to what in the world is going on with this Minnesota, the ICE situation, the Renee Good situation, all wrapped into one. We got the prosecutors in Minnesota. They are up and quitting, y'all. They is up and quitting. We got them trying to prosecute and investigate Renee Good's wife. Renee Good's wife puts out a message, y'all. There is a lot going on, but y'all, let's turn it around. Let's get into it and see what in the Waka Flocka Flame is going on, y'all.
Mark, we have a pretty shocking announcement from the Department of Justice in the immediate aftermath of this ICE shooting in Minneapolis. Can you explain what the DOJ is trying to do right now?
Yes, it appears that the Department of Justice has subpoenaed and opened some kind of criminal investigation into the governor of Minnesota and the mayor of Minneapolis under a radical legal theory that somehow their statements, that their support to the citizens of their state and their city constitute some type of criminal violation in that it impedes ICE's ability to do its work. Brian, we are beyond a five-alarm fire. This, if it moves forward, would spell the dark.
Did you guys hear what he said? This is crazy. Hey, Joseph, welcome in. Y'all, this is crazy. This is beyond belief. This has gone to another level. But y'all, we are reacting to what just happened. I mean, this is breaking news within the last hour. This is crazy, y'all. Smash the like button. Come in the building. Happy Sunday, y'all. This is breaking news. Let's continue listening to what is going on with this situation right here, y'all.
This moment in American history in recent times. The idea that a governor, that a mayor cannot communicate freely with their voters, with their citizens about the threats faced in their state and their city, that they cannot communicate with their citizens about steps that those citizens can take to keep themselves and their communities and their families safe. This is not just chilling. This is Arctic freeze when it comes to the First Amendment. It is blatantly unconstitutional. It is an affront to the First Amendment. It will not sustain constitutional scrutiny, but Brian, the damage is done to freedom of speech at the point at which the Department of Justice is so compromised and so
And do you guys remember the mayor, I think it was the mayor, the governor, whichever one looks younger. Remember, he came up and he was like, I mean, he was upset. Y'all know the F-bomb has been dropping a lot of places, right? I mean, people dropping the F-bomb around this situation like it's like the new viral word. But y'all, this situation right here, the Justice Department is issuing hey, you need to answer to these charges, basically trying to say that they basically are not going to be able to say what they want to say. But y'all, this is crazy. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button. This is so crazy. And this was 3 hours ago. This is breaking news, you guys. Smash the like button. Let's continue playing it.
Against Democrats and elected officials that, this is not going to be easy to recover from.
I'm going to put a paragraph from the Washington Post reporting right up here on the screen. It says the subpoena suggests that the Justice Department is examining whether Waltz and Fry's public statements disparaging the surge of officers and federal actions have amounted to criminal interference in law enforcement work. So they're
I cannot believe that they are subpoenaing them. And this is from the Department of Justice. It says the subpoena suggests that Department of Justice is examining whether Waltz and Frey's public statements disparaging disparaging the surge of officers and federal actions have amounted to criminal interface in law enforcement work. Y'all, this is crazy. Hey, Sir King. Hey, Harold. Severe, welcome. Claire, welcome. Joseph, Miss Red, welcome, y'all. This is crazy, but y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
basically saying that it is now a criminal offense to disparage an agency, and notwithstanding the fact that it's completely appropriate to disparage an agency that has only incited and created violence and mayhem and chaos, an agency that just a few days ago shot an unarmed mom of 3 in the face. That notwithstanding, it doesn't matter because we're supposed to have freedom of speech in this country where you can disparage anyone you want, whether it's appropriate or not.
Absolutely. You are 1,000% correct. You and I did an episode a few weeks back on this very topic because I was concerned, and I predicted in that episode that this is where we were going. I was concerned that the right wing, Donald Trump and his enablers, are shifting the Overton window of what is constitutionally protected speech and what is a crime.
Hey, D-Dot.
And we have gone from this place in which they claim to be First Amendment absolutists. Remember that, Brian? Remember the
So y'all, it seems like they're trying to take the First Amendment, right? Like the freedom of speech away from everybody. Like you can't say this, you can't say that. This is crazy. Welcome in, D-Dot, Sir King, Claire, everybody that's in the building. Y'all, welcome in. This is breaking news. They are trying to say that the governor, mayor, basically are saying things to basically go against what's going on. There's a whole lot of craziness going on, y'all. But y'all, let's continue.
First Amendment absolutists. Well, they've gone from that into basically saying that if you speak up,
hey, Michael Miller, welcome.
If you speak up against law enforcement, if you speak up against this White House, you may be committing a criminal offense. Remember a few weeks ago, J.D. Vance was in the briefing room talking about this tragic event and accusing this woman who's been killed tragically of all kinds of names, and I don't even want to repeat them.
Yeah.
In that diatribe that he did, he said that they were going to go after the people who were part of this undefined left-wing network, the people who funded it, the people who supported it, and then he said cheerleading, the people who were cheerleading it. Okay? At that point, it became clear that what J.D. Vance has in mind is not just going after people who are taking action, but people who are speaking. And if he's willing to do that against ordinary Americans, it's not that.
Y'all, put a 1 in the chat if y'all think they're trying to take our freedom of speech rights away. I mean, this is crazy. Welcome in, Damaris. Welcome. This is crazy. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. This is breaking news. This is crazy. They are putting out like some paperwork with the federales for the mayor basically and the governor to respond because they said what they said and they feel like they're going against the grain. They're doing this. They're doing that. But really and truly, I feel like they're trying to take everybody's freedom of speech rights away. This is crazy. This is breaking news, y'all. Smash the like button. This is crazy.
Far stretch for this White House to then take it to the step where they want to go, which is against prominent Democrats. We have seen them go after speech by Mark Kelly, senator from Arizona, and other elected Democrats. We've seen them go after Tish James. We've seen them go after James Comey. And now, here we are in Minneapolis. They now want to investigate the governor and the mayor. My message to everyone is that if you are not prioritizing these democracy issues, whatever else you care about is not going to be left. Because here we are just a year into this administration, and we can no longer count on 2 hands the number of Democratic elected officials they are targeting with criminal probes for the purposes of intimidate them. And that is before you get to the legacy media that has already bowed down. The law
And y'all remember, even at the Diddy trial, I was at the Diddy trial. Me and my baby was at the Diddy trial, y'all. And when at the Diddy trial, you guys remember Maureen Comey? Maureen Comey was one of the prosecutors. And what happened? Trump fired her. Why did he fire her? Because Trump doesn't like her father, James Comey. Remember, James Comey was like the head of the FBI, and Trump didn't like the situation that happened when, you know, with all this stuff that went on with him. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is crazy. So Trump is like going on retaliation tour almost, just about. He wants people to go, hey, Brian's welcome. He wants people to agree with him. And if you don't agree with him, oh, your badunk is in trouble. But y'all, let's continue because I'm telling you, it is going down. It is going down. This is breaking news, y'all.
that are
Uh-oh, this is
back
breaking
away.
news.
The big business leaders that are saying nothing, you know, think about how many Fortune 500 companies are headquartered in Minneapolis. We're not hearing from any of them. The Targets, the 3Ms, they're all silent. The only people willing to speak up, Brian, are you and me and a handful of others in new media, right? The legacy media is quiet. The big institutions are quiet. So I hope everyone is subscribed to this channel. I hope everyone is hitting the bell to be alerted, because I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be intimidated. Brian's not going to be intimidated. And we're going to bring you this information.
And y'all, this channel is Brian Tyler Cohan. Please go and subscribe to his channel because they are they're surviving this situation with ICE and with Trump and with everything that is going on. They are putting out the information. This is breaking news 3 hours ago. As you guys see, 3 hours ago, the Justice Department issued this shocking announcement saying basically they got to answer to, some allegations because they said what they said. And they are trying to take away these people's freedom of speech. But y'all, let's continue. Check out their Brian's channel and y'all go subscribe to him if you guys haven't already. He's a huge YouTuber. I mean, he got millions of followers. But y'all go subscribe and y'all check this channel out. Great content. But y'all, let's continue.
By the way, I could not recommend highly enough that if you're not yet subscribed to Democracy Docket, which is the news outlet Mark founded to focus on everything voting, elections, legal news, and on, please make sure to subscribe. It is what I use on a daily basis. All of my news comes from Democracy Docket, so I'm going to put that link right here on the screen and also in the post description of this video. If you're not looking to do it just to support Mark in the media space, then do it to support Mark and his team in the litigation.
And do you guys agree with what the Trump administration is trying to do to the mayor and governor of Minnesota, taking their freedom of speech right away? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all agree, and put a yes or put a no. Do y'all agree with them bringing federal charges against the mayor and governor just because of what they said? This is crazy, y'all. Smash the like button, y'all. Let's continue. This is breaking news.
That they're holding in 80 different cases across the country. Mark, there will be folks who are going to look at this and say, okay, well, there's a blatantly unconstitutional attack where basically the Justice Department is trying to criminalize free speech in this country. Just let a judge, swat this down and it's all good. We all know how unconstitutional it is on its face. And so isn't that why the courts are there, to be able to bat back unconstitutional behavior at the hands of, bad actors? And so what would your response to that criticism be?
Wow.
I recommend getting a genetic methylated.
Let's skip that commercial. Y'all, I cannot believe that they are trying to do these things to the governor and to the mayor. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, this is really crazy. It's like last year already was crazy. It was a lot going on last year. But y'all, now this year, they are starting off with on a crazy note with this Renee Good getting, unalived. And now they're trying to hold the mayor and the governor, hostage because, not hostage, but hold them and say, well, not hold them, but they're trying to bring down charges and say that, you guys basically are going against the grain. That's how I'm taking it. Like, you can't say what you want to say, but other people can say what they want to say. It's not fair. They are trying to take these people's rights away. Freedom of speech. You can say whatever. But even last year, remember when this stuff happened with what's his name? I forget his name. But people were losing jobs because they were saying this and saying that. And people were getting in trouble for saying how they felt. And I don't think that's right. But let's continue, y'all. Let's continue.
Well, stand up to it now, it's going to get worse. I said this a year ago when Donald Trump took office, that we all needed to stand up at the beginning, because if we didn't all stand up at the beginning, it was going to get worse. And instead, we saw big
Thank
law
you,
firms
D-Dot.
capitulate, and it has gotten worse. As the legal establishment has refused to police the rule of law, as it has refused to use its collective voice and power to stand up against Donald Trump, it got worse. As the legacy media refused to defend the First Amendment, it has gotten worse. So look, I don't have any doubt that Tim Walz is going to wind up at the end of this, vindicated. I don't have any concerns that Mayor Fry is going to face criminal prosecution. But here's the thing, they're powerful Democrats. They have national platforms, just like Fed Chairman Powell was able to use a national platform and essentially push back against unlawful targeting by the administration. But here's the thing, Brian, you and I are willing to speak up without those kinds of platforms. We have big platforms, but we're not governors and we're not mayors. But a lot of people.
And yes, Brian has a huge platform. The younger guy, this is his platform. Brian on the left, this is Brian's platform. He has like millions of, I think probably a couple million subscribers here on YouTube. He has a huge platform, and y'all, he's been, telling his stories and telling what he's been researching, what he knows about this situation with Trump and all these, stuff going on. He's been doing a great job by, doing his research and reporting to us. But y'all, this is breaking news. I mean, I can't even believe that they're trying to take people's rights away. I mean, come on now. You say something you don't like, and now you're going to be held responsible for it. You're going to have to go to court because you said you don't like purple, but other people like purple. This is crazy. But y'all, let's continue. This is what it's coming out to. What it has come to.
Are not going to want to take that risk.
Yeah.
How many people are going to say, well, if they're going after the governor, am I really going to blow a whistle on a street corner?
Right.
How many people are going to say, if they're going after my mayor, am I really going to kind of stand at a corner and take videos? Now, lots of ordinary Americans are taking those risks and are standing up. But at some point, if the powerful don't stand up against Donald Trump, it is sending a message to a lot of other people who do not have the privileged positions of mayors and governors and billionaires and legacy media owners and higher education institution and
D-Dot highly classified, y'all are hilarious. Highly classified said no purple gang. D-Dot said he look high as Cuda Brown. Lord, y'all is a mess. Happy Sunday. How are y'all doing? Y'all, let's smash the like button. We got over 200 people in the building. Just getting started. Y'all smash the like button.
And CEOs that don't have those privileged positions. So if they're not willing to speak up and stand up, it is going to chill the speech of a lot of ordinary Americans. And that is what I'm worried about. Because here's the thing, Brian, we are not yet even one full year through this administration. There are still 3 years left of Donald Trump. So I ask you, if this is what he's been able to do, if big law has been sidelined, if legacy media is bowing down already, what is it going to look like in year 2, in year 3, and in year 4? And what I know is that I am frantic to build up Democracy Docket. I am frantic to build up your channel. And the reason why people keep hearing me say this is because if you do not build up these channels now, if you do not build up these independent media entities now, then there is not going to be the throwaway possible to stand up in year 2, year 3, and year 4.
Mark, we see how the White House, how J.D. Vance, how Donald Trump are so engaged in trying to selectively or vindictively prosecute all of these Democrats. You named.
D-Dot, you was a mess. D-Dot, you is a mess. I ain't fooling with you, D-Dot. You is already cutting up on this Sunday. Y'all is a mess. Y'all know my baby Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Look at what D-Dot put. Jamil looking like a Hugh Hefner in the ring. You is a mess, D-Dot, but y'all, let's continue. You is a mess. Oh my God, smash the like button, y'all. Happy Sunday, y'all. This is crazy. This is breaking news. They are trying to charge bring to, I guess, some charges. It sounds like trying to bring some federal charges up against the mayor and the governor. This is breaking news, y'all. How are you going to try to bring some charges because of what they said? Y'all, this is unbelievable. D-Dot, you is a mess, y'all. Let's continue.
All of them, whether it's Schiff, Comey, Comey, Letitia James, Jay Powell, and on and on. Now we have Waltz and Jacob Fry as well. In these instances, is there going to be a world where the White House kind of even cuts out the DOJ? I mean, we found out just a few days ago that they're imbuing with all of these new powers some prosecutor who's going to look into supposed fraud, election fraud in all 50 states, answerable directly to the president and vice president. So is there going to be a world where now we're going to cut out the middleman? We don't even have to wait for Pam Bondi, who, by the way, would say yes anyway, but we don't even have to wait for Pam Bondi. If Donald Trump wants to start prosecuting these people for all of these crimes that he's making up out of whole cloth, is he just going to get to the point where he just has his own underlings directly, reportable to him, who are going to just do his bidding?
All right, so I don't have any inside knowledge of this, but it will not surprise me if these subpoenas are connected to that new White House office that we have talked about. You and I were early to this. The legacy media has still barely acknowledged and covered this. J.D. Vance said that they were setting up a new prosecutorial office that would be, quote, run directly out of the White House and be reportable to him and Donald Trump. One of the reasons why we know is because U.S. attorneys' offices have been standing up to Donald Trump here and there.
Wow, this is crazy. Hey, Ghostface Manny, welcome. I'm telling you, y'all, this is crazy. I mean, this is breaking news. I can't believe the Justice Department is stepping in because the governor and the mayor said what they said. I mean, who are we like, y'all? Certain people can say certain things and certain people can't. It's like, are we gonna have like muzzles over our mouth, everybody, and only be allowed to say like yes or no? I mean, this is almost what it sounds like. I mean, this is crazy. They are trying to silence certain people. This is crazy, y'all. Welcome in the building. Happy Sunday. This is breaking news, y'all. The Justice Department was issuing I think they issued the subpoenas because of what they said. This is crazy, y'all. Let's continue. Smash the
I
like
won't
button.
say it's been much pushback, but there has been some pushback. And it's clear that that has been a speed bump that has irritated the White House. They are also disenchanted with Pam Bondi and what Maine Justice is doing. So it would not surprise me if we see the White House's fingerprints directly involved in this, including out of this yet announced new office of prosecutors out of the White House. I'm not sure it's the case. I'm not even predicting it, but mark this tape, because it will not come as a shock if this is the first test case of exactly that.
Well, of course, we'll stay on top of all of that. And for those who are watching, again, if you want to find out first, the best way to do that is to subscribe to Democracy Docket. That's how I find out all my news. So I'm going to put that link again right here on this screen and also in the post description.
Wow, and check them out. Check the channel out. Brian Tyler Cohen is his channel. He has a huge channel. The other one is, I don't know his name, but if you guys go to Brian Tyler Cohen's channel, it will lead to the other gentleman on the right. But y'all, I'm telling you, this situation is crazy. It's breaking news. And all of this came about only because of the situation about with Renee. Remember Renee? Renee Good. Remember Renee Good was killed in the situation with ICE. And y'all, they have said that these prosecutors in Minneapolis, they have resigned. They don't want no parts of the situation because they said that they are trying to go ahead and investigate like Renee Good's wife, and that also these prosecutors don't want to be involved because, they're like, oh no, we don't want to be involved. But some of them, from what I understand, have been already like under investigation for like some crazy stuff. But y'all, let's continue.
Thanks for joining us here on Fox 9 and Fox Local. I'm Randy Meyer.
And I'm Kelsey Carlson. It was another busy day as ICE enforcement continued across the Twin Cities. But today we're learning that the U.S. Attorney's Office for Minnesota may be losing some key prosecutors.
Fox 9's Karen Scullin is in our newsroom for us, joining us now to take us through what was a New York Times report. Karen, it appears some well-known people, some names are among those resigning.
Right, definitely. Joe Thompson, the lead investigator into the massive fraud here in Minnesota, has resigned. He is well respected by many in the U.S., the state here, and local leaders. It's not clear who will replace him as lead prosecutor or any of the others who have now resigned.
The U.S. attorney prosecuting the massive Minnesota fraud investigation has resigned. Joe Thompson has stepped down. The New York Times reporting 5 others have also stepped away. They cite people with knowledge of the decision and say it was over the Justice Department's push to investigate the widow of a woman killed by an ICE.
Now, y'all tell me, how are they going to investigate the widow? I mean, somebody gets unalived by an ICE agent, and then next thing you know, they're investigating the widow of that person who got unalived. I mean, what in the world is going on? Should they be investigating the guy because he's the one who shot her, right? Why are they investigating the spouse? I mean, y'all, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. I mean, what do you have to investigate? I mean, she is the spouse, you know, and she is the spouse is under investigation for the federal ICE agent unaliving. This is crazy, but y'all, let's continue. I'm telling you, this stuff has caused a whole uproar all over the United States and overseas too. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all. We have over 300, almost 400 people in the video. Why we got only 28 likes? Y'all, smash the like button. Do the Dougie on the like button, y'all. Smash the like button. Happy Sunday, y'all.
Agent and the department's reluctance to investigate the shooter. Senator Amy Klobuchar said she spoke to Thompson today and thanked him for his work as U.S. attorney.
My place was to thank this incredible public servant and to ask him to convey to the others that they have done such a service for Minnesota. The fraud investigations, that's obvious. But think of how they got us through with the prosecution that is still pending in the Hortman and assassination, or the calm that he brought to the community the day after the Annunciation church shooting, working with our Minneapolis police chief, Brian O'Hara, so seamlessly. And then whatever happened, we've lost a treasure of not just Joe, but these other prosecutors as well.
We also reached out to Republican Congressman Tom Emmer's office, but did not get a response. Meanwhile, several city and state leaders responding to the news as well. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara has worked with Thompson on many cases. He said today, Joe Thompson is an institution within law enforcement, directly responsible for building and prosecuting the fraud cases now being cited to justify this moment. When you lose the leader responsible for making those cases, it signals that this isn't about prosecuting fraud. Governor Walz released a statement that read in part, Joe is a principled public servant who spent more than a decade achieving justice for Minnesotans. This is a huge loss for our state. But just last week, Walz said this.
You saw a U.S. attorney stand up, which would have been let go by any other administration, speculating about things with no factual information. That's defamation. That's coming from the attorney.
A Walz spokesperson, though, told Fox 9 he was referring to the new U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosen, who just took office. Now, when asking the U.S. Department of Justice to respond to the resignations and specifically the alleged push to investigate Renee Good's wife and the refusal to investigate the ICE.
I don't understand how they are investigating Renee's wife. I mean, this is crazy. They should be investigating the ICE agent, that did this. But y'all, let's continue because they said that the ICE agent let out 3 or 4 rounds. People are saying 3, people are saying 4. And they are saying that each round that was let out, he has to basically answer to why he, shot these rounds. But welcome in, DJ, if I haven't said, welcome in everybody, y'all. Smash the like button, y'all. This is crazy. How is my spouse, if I got unalived by the ICE agent, why is my spouse being investigated? My spouse has nothing to do with this situation. What are you investigating? This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy.
Who shot her? A spokesperson said this from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. There is currently no basis for a criminal civil rights investigation.
Wow, this is crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, this is crazy. What about the ICE agent? But y'all, they said that the ICE agent, they said that some billionaire came by and put a lot of money in their GoFundMe account to raise money to help, I guess, with probably legal thieves or whatever is going to ensue from this. But how this is crazy. Let's listen. Let's turn this around. Listen.
Enforcement agent involved in the fatal shooting of a protester. Within hours, the internet noticed. The donation appeared under the name William Ackman, $10,000.
Do you guys know Will Ackman? Because I wasn't aware of Will Ackman before, but when they said that he's a billionaire and he's somebody, I didn't know who he was until I seen this video. But y'all, let's continue. This billionaire donates $10,000 to the GoFundMe for the ICE agent who fatally shot Renee Nicole Good. This is crazy.
The largest contribution on the page, and almost immediately questions followed. Was it real? Was it intentional? And what did it say about the moment America finds itself in? The fundraiser was created for Jonathan Ross, a federal ICE agent authorities say fired the shots that killed Renee.
Look how much money was raised. Do y'all see how much money was raised? $1.5 million. $1.5 million. And they were only planning to raise $50K. They raised $1.5 million, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
Nicole Good, a mother of 3 who died during an anti-ICE protest in Minneapolis. As speculation spread online, Bill Ackman stepped forward and confirmed the donation himself. In a public post, Ackman explained his reasoning. He said he believes deeply in what he called a foundational legal principle: innocent until proven guilty. And, in that spirit, he chose to support the officer's legal defense. Ackman added that he had also intended to donate to the GoFundMe created for Renee Good's family. But by the time he tried, he said, the fundraiser had already been closed. That fundraiser, organized to support Good's widowed wife and children, had already raised more than $1.5 million. 2 fundraisers, 2 narratives, 1 death. According to federal authorities, the incident unfolded during an ICE operation.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on. This was donation for Renee. I'm sorry, you guys. This was donation for Renee Good. I'm sorry, I had it wrong. So this was for Renee, for the widow. Oh, I'm sorry, 1.5 million for her GoFundMe. But for the ICE agent, I don't remember how much, but I do know that the billionaire did donate $10,000. But y'all, let's continue. I'm sorry, I didn't want to give y'all misinformation.
Minneapolis. Investigators allege that Renee Nicole Good attempted to use her vehicle as a weapon, accelerating toward officers and clipping Jonathan Ross. Ross, officials say, responded by firing his weapon. Video of the encounter, raw, chaotic, and deeply unsettling, shows Ross firing 1 round through the windshield and 2 more through the open driver's side window. Moments later, Renee Good was dead. The footage spread rapidly online, fueling outrage, grief, and political division. Federal officials also noted that Ross had previously been injured during a separate vehicle ramming attack while on duty, a detail supporters cite as context for his response. Ackman, addressing the shooting, described the entire situation as a tragedy. He wrote that it involved...
And y'all, some people are saying that, she deserved to get unalived. Some people are saying, no, they were wrong. So y'all, this is like the house is, of course, divided with people saying this, and people, people on this side, people on that side. People can have their own opinion on whatever it is, as long as you're respectful, right? You don't got to come in here. You ain't got to like my channel. You ain't got to be in here, because you see my mods is sending a whole lot of y'all to the block party. Now, if you have an opinion, you want to say something, you can be respectful. You don't have to be, disrespectful. You don't have to, come in here acting a donkey, because my moms will send you to the block party, wherever you may lay or wherever you may slay. And we're going to put the hot toddy teacups in the comments, okay? Now, y'all, let's continue.
Involved an officer trying to do his job, and a protester who, in his words, likely did not intend to kill the officer, but whose actions, in a split second, led to irreversible consequences. It was a careful statement, measured, legalistic, and for many, deeply unsatisfying. The GoFundMe page for Ross says it was created to cover any legal services this officer needs.
And this billionaire dropped $10,000, just one-time donation, $10,000 to this ICE agent's GoFundMe. I mean, y'all, this is crazy.
After Ackman publicly shared the fundraiser, donations surged. The total climbed past $270,000 and continued rising. But controversy followed closely behind. The organizer of Ross's fundraiser, who does not appear to personally know the agent, issued harsh criticism of the viral GoFundMe created for Renee Good's family, calling it media-driven misinformation. And
oh, thank you, Titan. Titan said those earrings just got you subscribed. I like your style. Thank you, Titan. Thank you. Look, thank you, D-Dot and Titan. Y'all love my earrings. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Y'all, this is crazy. I'm telling you guys, this story is crazy. The house is divided. Of course, you got people to the left, people to the right. They are saying, that, some people are saying, Renee, she deserved to be, unalive because she was doing this, doing that, not following the law, doing this, whatever. Some people are saying that the ICE agent should have never, shot her, unalived her. But y'all, I didn't even know that they're saying that he has to, the ICE agent, he does have to give, information like, why did you, shoot once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, however many times he, shot. But I did not know that with the going under investigation, these are the things that he's going to have to answer to. And y'all, why is the wife under investigation? Just because she's a gay woman, we love everybody here at the lounge. Everybody we love here at the lounge, no matter your race, your color, your ethnic origin. When you come to my house on Thanksgiving, and you're going to see all kind of everybody from around the world. You're going to just the whole world for Thanksgiving. But why in the world would Renee's wife, just because she's a gay, they were like a gay couple, why is she under investigation? What did her wife have to do with her being unalive? Can y'all tell me? Did she break a law because she's, a gay woman? I just feel like they're like being discriminatory against the wife. Like, I don't understand why the wife is being investigated. Can y'all tell me? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why you're, now, if it happened at home, and this is like regular protocol. If you're at home, one of the husband or wife passes away, it's the protocol to investigate then. Okay, that's understandable. But she got unalived by an ICE agent, and now the wife, they're trying to investigate, put her under investigation. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, this doesn't make no sense to me. But y'all, let's continue. Let's turn it back and let's continue.
Labeling Good a domestic terrorist. The language intensified an already volatile moment. In a later update, the organizer stated that if they do not hear from Ross's family by March 9th, all donations would be refunded.
Wow.
As these parallel fundraisers unfolded, the nation watched.
So is that like a threat if they don't hear from her family? That the donations are going to be refunded? Like, are they going to, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button.
Not just the money, but what it represented. Renee Nicole Good was more than a name and a headline. She was a mother, a partner, a protester. To her supporters, she was standing against a system they view as unjust and aggressive. To her critics, she crossed a line that put lives at risk. Jonathan Ross, meanwhile, became a symbol of federal authority under pressure. An officer, supporters argue, was forced to make a split-second decision in a dangerous environment. Between them stood Bill Ackman, a billionaire investor worth an estimated $9.3 billion.
Wow.
In purely financial terms, his $10,000 donation represented a fraction of his wealth, roughly 1/10,000th of 1%. But socially, politically, and symbolically, its impact was enormous. Ackman is no stranger to controversy. A longtime conservative voice in business and politics, he has often used his platform.
Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all heard of Bill Ackman before. Like I said, I didn't hear about him until this. But y'all smash the like button. Put a one in the chat if you guys know of Bill Ackman. Put a two if y'all don't.
To weigh in on national issues. But this donation placed him squarely inside one of America's most emotionally charged conflicts: immigration enforcement, protest, policing, and the use of force. For some, Ackman's action was principled, a defense of due process, a reminder that legal guilt must be determined in court, not online. For others, it felt like a betrayal, a wealthy elite siding with state power over a dead mother, even if unintentionally. The debate quickly moved.
And that's what I'm saying. This is like, this is like crazy, because when you feel like, you know, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, but when you see a billionaire giving money to this GoFundMe, it kind of almost makes you think like, are they just going to go ahead and sweep this under the rug? They're just gonna say, don't even worry about it. He was, doing his job. This is, like she said, it does have to go through the court. He does have to go, get his just due process. Gotta, go through the whole, court situation and all of that. But y'all, it kind of makes you think like these people who are like up here, they got a lot of money. And they can make situations disappear, people disappear. And I'm just saying, y'all, I'm telling you, this has me thinking like, whoa, wait a minute, hold up, swole up. I don't know about this situation, but y'all, let's continue, y'all. This is crazy.
Up the skies late last night. You can see the protesters there rushing to get away from the smoke and the blinding lights. Newly released video obtained by Bring Me the News also showing agents arresting 2 workers at a Target in Minnesota. State lawmaker says both workers are U.S. citizens. The unrest.
And did y'all see how they were handling that person? They are roughing people up. But y'all, let's continue.
Sparked by an ICE agent fatally shooting Renee Good. The government now saying the agent suffered internal bleeding in the incident, but not providing any details on the severity of his injuries. Let's bring in our Faith Abube. She's there in Minneapolis, along with our legal contributor and hostile law professor, James Sample. So Faith, what are you seeing and hearing on the ground today?
Well, Kara, the clashes between the protesters and ICE agents have been, intensifying the last several days. But at this very moment, things are quiet compared to the videos you were just showing there from last night, where ICE agents and the protesters were clashing at the federal building there. Some of the protesters were so angry they were throwing snowballs and even body slamming some of the ICE agents' vehicles there.
Wow.
But again, things are quiet right now.
Oh my goodness, y'all, look at them. Look at these ICE agents. I mean, y'all, they are snatching people out of cars. They're running up in people's houses. They are doing a whole lot of craziness. Now, before, these situations, weren't going down like this. Like before, I've never seen situations as bad as they are today. Y'all smash the like button, y'all. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Like this things has been happening only within the last year and some change. I'm just saying this is crazy, y'all. Crazy.
By the site of the shooting, and we saw a handful of people there holding vigil for 37-year-old mom Renee Good. Today, of course, is a week since she was shot and killed by that ICE agent. And just in the last 24 hours, there are a number of things that we've been learning. Of course, the internal bleeding that we're hearing from sources that the agent suffered, but also we've learned that several federal prosecutors, at least 6 of them who worked out of Minnesota, have now quit the job amid concerns about how DOJ is handling this investigation into the shooting. They feel, according to sources, that the DOJ is focusing more on digging up information on the victim, trying to figure out whether she and her partner had any connections to any individuals or groups that have been protesting or impeding the immigration enforcement operations that are been happening here, instead of focusing on the ICE agent who actually shot and killed her. And so, of course, we're listening to that and seeing what the fallout will be in terms of that. But according to one source who talked to ABC News, this is the U.S. Attorney's Office's equivalent of the Saturday Night Massacre, of course, referencing the Watergate.
Look at y'all, check this out. Did y'all see? Hold up, y'all. Let's rewind that. Did y'all see the way that they were like aggressively check this out, y'all. Let me replay this, y'all. Listen, look.
Enforcement operations that have been happening here, instead of focusing on the ICE agent who actually shot and killed her. And so, of course, we're listening to that and seeing what the fallout will be in terms of that. But according to one source who talked to ABC News, this is
look at this, y'all. Check this out.
Equivalent of the Saturday Night Massacre, of course, referencing.
Y'all see this? Y'all see this? This is crazy.
Renee Good's family.
Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all would be upset if this was y'all's family member. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all would be upset if this was y'all's family member. Y'all, let's rewind that, because I'm telling you, the way they're snatching people out of cars, like people are robbing banks and stuff. This is, I mean, they're just going crazy.
Her. And so, of course, we're listening to that and seeing what the fallout will be in terms of that. But according to one source who talked to ABC News, this is the U.S. Attorney's Office's equivalent of the Saturday Night Massacre, of course, referencing the
like, why are they ripping that person out the car? Even if the person was not stopping or whatever, they could have did something else instead of ripping that person out the car. I mean, y'all, this is like really, really getting bad. This is really getting bad.
Gate scandal. In just the last few hours, we've gotten a statement from Renee Good's family, actually from the family's attorney. They've hired an attorney, which is the same attorney who represented George Floyd's family. And in a statement, they said, quote, "What happened to Renee is wrong, contrary to established policing practices and procedures, and should have never happened in today's America." Kira.
Well, James, let's talk about this.
Y'all, this is really crazy. And even if she was driving through the protest, her car was still like, it was stopped. She was like, whatever, I don't know what, if she was talking to the ICE people that, the agents or whatever on the road. But the simple fact that her car was parked and they were ripping her out the car. I mean, y'all, these ICE agents, I mean, they are doing a lot. They are doing a whole lot, y'all, a whole lot. And now also, if you guys didn't know, there was a young guy who was, I think he's 19 or 20. Y'all, he got, shot in the eye from an ICE agent, or ICE, I think it's ICE agent, shot him in the eye. Young 21-year-old protester, and he got shot. But y'all, this is crazy. Look at this. Check this out.
ICE protester has been blinded after being shot during a local rally against the shooting death of Renee Good in Minnesota. That Friday night in Santa Ana turned violent. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez live in downtown Santa Ana. Christina, you spoke to this protester.
Yeah, this morning while he was still in the hospital, he has just been released. He identifies himself as Caden Rumler.
Hey,
he's
her
blind in
humble
one eye,
servant.
he says, and he's sharing photos of his injuries. And I'm going to warn you, they're disturbing, but he wants to share them because he says he wants people to understand the difference between what he's saying happened and what Department of Homeland Security is saying. We also have as much video as we could of the incident, so here, take a look.
And there's one thing, you guys, I understand everybody has a job to do. That's understandable. But when you're going and beating people up and you're, shooting people in their eyes, this was a 21-year-old protester. I mean, if he was doing something, there's a way to control the situation, not grabbing him, snatching him up and shooting him in his eye. They have a protocol on how to handle people when they are acting a certain way. It doesn't require for them to keep on pulling out their guns, shooting people every time that there's a situation. It requires a better way to handle the situation. But y'all, this young 21, I think 19, 20, 21-year-old gentleman got shot in his eye because of the situation at hand. Whatever he was doing, it still didn't constitute them shooting him in his eye and him losing his eyesight. I'm sorry. But y'all, let's continue.
Federal agents approach protesters during a Friday night rally in Santa Ana.
Oh, wait a minute. And hold on. Did y'all see they snatched him up? Hold up, swole up. They snatched the boy up. They snatched him up. Hold up, hold up. Oh, see, be missing some things. Hold up, they snatched him up. Did y'all see him snatch that little young boy up? Whoa.
Here, take a look. Federal agents approached protesters during a Friday night rally in Santa Ana. Grab someone holding a loud.
So they snatched him up and started handling him rough like that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all, let's continue. Oh my God.
Pull him away as other protesters move up, including one wearing a dark shirt who doubles over.
Oh
the
my
other protester
God.
wearing a white shirt struggles with officers. The officers then grab the protester with black shirt.
Y'all, this is like almost like a WWE type of situation. They are fighting, making matters worse. He snatched this young boy up. I mean, could y'all imagine if this was y'all's child or grandchild? This is crazy. Hey, Pang, how are you? Welcome in. Oh my God. Wow.
Even Rumbler, who sent me these photos from the hospital.
Oh,
where he says he
oh my, let me rewind that. Do y'all see him? Look, oh, let's rewind that. Oh my goodness. Wow.
The officers then grabbed the protester with black shirt. Caden Rumbler, who sent me these.
Look at his face. Look at his face. This is crazy. Shot him in the eye and now the boy is blindsided. And I'm going to say boy because he's young, 21 years old. He's a grown man, but I say a boy, a child. He's a young man that got shot because he was protesting at this protest, and the ICE agents, they snatched him up. Oh my goodness, y'all.
Photos from the hospital where he says he is being treated for a serious eye injury, which he describes in a statement read by a fellow member.
Oh my God. Look at his eye. Look at that. Could y'all imagine if this was y'all's child? Maybe grandchild? Holy smoke. Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my God.
Of Dare to Struggle, the organization that was protesting Friday.
I heard a bang and suddenly I was on my knees. The DHS agent dragging me towards the building. I was gripping the front of my collar.
Over the phone, Caden explains
He was pulling him like he was a rag doll. Do y'all see that? Oh my, y'all, this is crazy. Hold up, this is diabolical. He is dragging this young boy like young gentleman, let me say that, young gentleman like he's a rag doll.
Protesting Friday.
I heard a bang and suddenly I was on my knees.
Hey,
the DHS
Sato.
agent dragging me towards the building. I was gripping the front of my collar.
Over the
my
phone,
God.
Caden explains he was taken inside the government building and eventually transported to a hospital where he remains after losing his eye. This is the moment he says an agent shot him.
Shot
Oh
at
my
point
God.
blank range in the face with a pepper ball bullet.
The other protesters seem struggling with officers also speaking to media.
I was released from Santa Ana jail after being held for almost 3 days without knowing my charge until the morning of my release.
DHS responding to Fox 11 saying this was a mob throwing rocks, bottles, and fireworks.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Now, I didn't see him throwing this. Hey, Black Anonymous, how are you? Welcome. I didn't see this young boy throwing anything. I don't know. Maybe they didn't capture that. I don't know. But even if he was throwing something, it doesn't constitute the ICE agent snatching him up and shooting him in the eye. Y'all, this is nasty and disgusting. This is terrible. Oh my goodness.
And that quote, one of the rioters who was arrested for disorderly conduct was taken to the hospital for a cut and was released that night. Orange County Supervisor Vicente Sarmiento says he was there and that local authorities cannot get any details from the feds about what you see happening in this video.
We can't hold anybody responsible. That's the frustration that people have, is that they're seeing this unfold before their eyes with little to no accountability.
Oh my God. This is crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, these ICE agents, they're doing a lot. In my last live, I showed where they were doing a protesting, and some lady, she came by and she was driving by even though she was probably shouldn't have been driving by, but it's not like she was ramming through the crowd. But the ICE agents, they got her and they snatched her literally out of the car. And I could not even believe that they snatched her out the car the way they did, as if she robbed the bank. I could not even believe it. They snatched her out the car. They cut the seatbelt off. And I was like, did she just rob a bank or something? Did she do something illegal that we didn't know besides like passing through the crowd? I mean, y'all, that is crazy. I'm telling you, this is really, really crazy. I cannot believe the way that these ICE agents are going about things. It's a whole different way to go about things and doing them in a different way. This is crazy. This is crazy. But y'all, I'm telling you, this is crazy. But we're going to go and check out Don Lemon. Shout out to Don Lemon. He's boots on grounds in Minnesota. He's live right now. Y'all, let's check and see what Don Lemon has to say.
So talk to me about the coverage. We're going to another place, just so you know. Yeah, so folks are in the chat talking about the coverage and I'm glad you like the coverage, and I'm glad you understand, like, when we're doing this and we're live, it is just us, you know, whatever we do. If we're exhausted, like I am exhausted. I told you I probably got 35 minutes sleep last night. Which, in that case, is like, I have to be up at 4 and I fall asleep at 3 something, like, don't go to sleep. Because I almost missed that alarm at the dogs didn't bark, and Tim wasn't like, Don! I was like, what? I was out like a light. I would have been in bed. When did I text you at what time? 5:10?
Okay, let me go back out and because he did some actual boots on the ground stuff earlier. Let's check it out and see what kind of coverage he got, because y'all, he was boots on ground. And y'all know Don Lemon. He used to be, now he's a journalist. Like, I'm not no journalist, I'm just a regular content creator. So what you had? You put it in there?
I put it over there for you.
Oh, okay. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna check something else that my baby put out for me. Hold up, swole up, y'all. Hold up.
1,500 troops.
Uh-oh.
I think they just got over there to Minnesota.
Okay, breaking news, y'all. Breaking news.
You gotta go up
okay.
And then go down. Back to library.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. Breaking news.
Right there.
We got
15
an hour ago, 1,500 troops to Minnesota. So y'all, we gonna check this out and see, y'all. Check this out.
That we are covering here as President Trump's administration is preparing
and this was just an hour ago, you guys. They sent 1,500 troops out there to Minnesota. Y'all, this is crazy.
Death of Renee Good by an ICE officer there in Minneapolis. A senior U.S. official confirming the information to Fox News Digital, saying the U.S. Army's 11th Airborne Division, based in Alaska, has been given orders to prepare for deployment. That division, by the way, specializes in cold weather and mountain warfare. The Washington Post first to report all of this.
Hey, Bougie Barbie, welcome in. Y'all remember the last live I did a few days ago? They were setting these firecrackers off. Y'all, the firecrackers was going off. The Fed, the ICE agents, it was a whole rattle battle the other day. But y'all, let's continue. This is brand new, an hour ago. They're saying that Trump preparing 1,500 troops for Minnesota deployment. And they're saying that these troops are coming from Alaska. Let's continue.
He's also the author of On Thin Ice, an LAPD veteran's journey to reimagine policing. Thank you so much for taking the time, Jeff, to be here with us today.
Wow. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's going down. The 1,500 troops that got deployed over here to Minnesota. Y'all, it's going down. I'm telling you, this is getting ugly. This is really getting ugly and really out of control. A lot of people are getting hurt. Remember, they just did the other day. They also told us that more people had got shot. So y'all, let's wrap it back. Let's turn it around.
I did kind of want to ask you about the Insurrection Act itself and how that could potentially be invoked in this case specifically. What authority does President Trump or any president have to do that?
Well, I think before we begin to speak about the Insurrection Act, it's important that we understand what the premise.
Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard about this Insurrection Act, because they're saying something about Trump is something about an insurrection act. I think that's, if I'm saying it right. I don't know what that is, but I need to check that out. Okay, Evan knows what it is. Okay, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, we got some 1s and 2s. Okay, I don't know what the Insurrection Act is, but y'all, let's listen and see what the Insurrection Act is and what they're talking about, because they just deployed 1,500 troops from Minnesota for Minnesota deployment out of Alaska. I'm telling you, this is crazy, y'all. I don't know what this is, but y'all, let's listen and see, because this is only an hour ago. This is breaking news too. So y'all, let's continue.
In the United States generally is under normal circumstances, and it's under the Patsy Comitatus Act, wherein it is prohibited that we use military personnel for any type of activity in regards to domestic.
Oh, so it's saying, okay, the Insurrection Act is saying that they can't use the deploy any troops for this type of situation. Let me wrap that back. If I understood them correctly, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm learning about this. But y'all, okay, let's continue.
Well, I think before we begin to speak about the Insurrection Act, it's important that we understand what the premise in the United States generally is under normal circumstances. And it's under the Patsy Comitatus Act, wherein it is prohibited that we use military personnel for any type of activity in regards to domestic law enforcement activity.
Oh.
Now, there is an exception to that, where President Trump has nearly a unfiltered ability and authority to implement a circumstance where he...
Okay, thank you, Manny. Ghostface says the Insurrection Act is a U.S. federal law that allows the president to deploy military inside the United States to restore order under specific circumstances. It's one of the main exceptions. Oh, wow. Okay.
Would deploy military resources into this type of a circumstance, but it's very narrowly defined. And there's 3 circumstances where that would be appropriate. And it's appropriate if you have significant civil disturbance, you have an insurrection or rebellion. And now it doesn't mean that these can't go unchallenged. They can be challenged in court. In this circumstance, I'm certain that the state officials in Minnesota would be filing suit in court to determine the appropriateness of this. You could also just have the courts intervene at a federal level without a lawsuit necessarily being filed. And really what they would be looking at is, do we really have the circumstances where the criteria of one of those 3 instances that I stated just a moment ago are actually met? Or is it being done in bad faith and is objectively baseless? So essentially, that's where we would stand in regards to this, the decision to deploy the military under the Insurrection Act.
Wow.
And what you're looking at is some of the video that we did receive from, this was a little more than a week ago. It was at the hotels where those ICE agents were believed to be staying.
And y'all remember when I did this my last live too? Remember we went over this because they were the people that were protesting, they went to the hotels and they was hot. They was upset. They did not want these ICE agents to even be over there in their city. They went to the hotel and they were protesting, and y'all, it got crazy. Of course, y'all see, they at the hotel, they told them people, the ICE people, to get out of the hotel and go back to where you came from. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. But y'all, let's continue.
And of course, no confirmation they were actually there, but the protesters, we're talking dozens of them, showed up at several different hotels in basically trying to find those different folks who were staying there. Now, Jeff, I wanted to ask you, how does all of this kind of impact the command structure and the decisions for law enforcement actions there on the ground?
Well, I think it's important that your viewers understand that if you assert an...
Okay, let me turn this around. Okay, so Manny says, thank you for this, Manny. Manny, he be my little researcher. Okay, Ghostface says it was first passed in 1807 and it is still in effect today. The president can invoke it when a state asks for help, a governor requests federal assistance to deal with riots, violence, or retaliation. Wow. So y'all, this situation, they're trying to use that, but is it gonna really happen? I don't know. But I mean, well, we already seen it. They're saying that they're letting 1,500 troops, they're deploying 1,500 troops to go over there and to go over there and help like control the crowd with the I don't know, rioters, protesters, whatever you want to call them, but they are trying to well, they are deploying. They want to deploy those troops. But y'all, I'm telling you, this situation is crazy. I'm telling you, it's not something that seems like it's gonna go away. It's been going on since it started, like like 9-10 days ago. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot. But y'all, let's continue.
Mayor Fry, thank you for joining us. Let me just start with that Justice Department investigation. Have you received a subpoena yet?
Okay, and this, if you guys don't know, this is, I think, the governor or mayor of Minnesota, because y'all know just a little while ago, and this was 5 hours ago, a little while ago, this is when we first came on, we started the live, and we talked about how the feds are getting involved, and basically they have to, answer to the feds and to saying, what they were saying when they, with the situation first, like, came underway. But y'all, let's continue.
Not received a subpoena. And at the same time, if the rumors are true, this is deeply concerning because this is way more important than just me. This is a very serious matter. And this whole investigation would ultimately be the product of one of the most basic foundational responsibilities that I have as mayor, which is to speak on behalf of my constituents.
Okay, this is the mayor, you guys.
Where you get put away for the things that you say. There are other countries where you get investigated for saying something that runs counter to what the federal government states. But in this country, it's not that way. Here we have a freedom of speech and we do not negotiate those rights away.
So if and when that subpoena comes and we are told that investigation has been launched, will you comply with the Justice Department's demands?
Look, we have done nothing wrong. So, of course, we will comply, but at the same time...
Hey, my baby says, pure survival. Hey, my baby Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. My baby says, pure survival, y'all. This is crazy. This is pure survival because they were saying whatever they wanted to say, like other people say whatever they want to say, but then I'm being brought on charges because of what I said. I mean, y'all, this is unfair. They are trying to take freedom of speech out of everybody's mouth, y'all. This is crazy. Smash the like button. My baby Jamil says, salute, beautiful. Hey, my baby. Hey, welcome in the building.
And we need to be understanding how wild this is. And whether it's Senator Slotkin or Governor Walz or myself, this is not the way that we conduct ourselves in America. We are doing everything possible right now to keep people safe in our city. We have spoken out to make sure that our residents are protected and people's constitutional rights are upheld. Speaking out in that way is not illegality. In fact, that is enshrined in the charter of our city, which is our Constitution.
So Governor Walz has activated the National Guard, put them on standby just in case things got out of control. How tense are things in Minneapolis right now?
The intensity is caused by the unwanted, uninvited people that are here in the form of ICE. To give you an idea, we have about 600 police officers in total in Minneapolis, and there's somewhere in the range of 3,000 ICE agents and border control. They're indiscriminately taking people.
Do y'all see this? Look at what they are doing to the communities. Now, I understand ICE has a job to do. Okay, respectfully so. We all have our jobs that we have to do. But when they are like rushing people down to the ground, like throwing them down, snatching them up, shooting them in the eyes. I mean, this gentleman right here is bamboozled to the ground, bleeding, look like from his head somewhere. I mean, y'all, this is crazy. This is really, really uncalled for. But y'all, let's continue. Smash the like button, y'all.
off the street. They're asking for IDs and passports if you happen to look like you're Latino or you're Somali.
Wow.
And while certainly you see on the news the incidents that are of heightened tension, we have a whole lot of the rest of the city where there's calm. And the calm exists where you don't.
And now these people that everyday people, some people may be looking like Hispanic. Some people may be looking like this, some people may be looking like that, and to be almost harassed because you got to carry your passport around. I mean, come on now, we all should carry ID, but y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Have ICE agents. So if you are looking to restore order and prevent chaos, there's a very straightforward antidote, and that is for ICE to leave. That is for our local police officers, who, by the way, are working tirelessly, and our community members to be in charge of keeping people safe in our city. We have had not that many shootings this year thus far, but I'll tell you, two of maybe the 4 or 5 have been ICE. And so that gives you an idea right there of who's causing the tension, and we're going to do everything possible here to keep people safe.
It is
Oh, wow. See, Sassy says ICE is going to high schools, daycares, and snatching the kids up. The ICE agents are doing a lot of craziness, and it's uncalled for. I mean, yo, you can look like whatever. Just because you look like you're a Mexican person or an illegal immigrant, you're going to get snatched out your car. You're going to be treated a certain way. I mean, it seems like they're just putting hands and feet in pow-pows in people's faces and, shooting people, like doing whatever they want to do instead of trying to, figure out, ask questions first, and then see how to basically do this in a way that they are respecting their protocol. But they're just kind of like doing whatever they want to do.
That in your city right now, as you have just laid out, that federal law enforcement officers outnumber local police by 5 to 1. What is your message to protesters on how they should handle that situation? Because I've heard you say several times, don't take the bait. What is your message now to protesters?
The message hasn't changed, and at the same time, we have had tens of thousands of people in Minneapolis stand up and protest peacefully. We've got people sliding down these hills of ice to attend a protest and making sure that people would have food that are scared to go outside because they're afraid of having their families ripped apart. I think it's important to tell the whole country that this is not just about resistance here in Minneapolis. It's about love. We are showing something far more powerful and consequential here, which is love. We are standing up for one another. You've got neighbors helping neighbors. You've got people uniting and coming together in this beautiful way. And obviously, we've got these threats out there from the federal government that were literally designed to intimidate Minneapolis residents, to intimidate me. But here's the thing. We're not going to be intimidated. We've got this beautiful city full of extraordinary people. I have never been prouder to be from Minneapolis.
But let me ask you, during this...
Oh, wow. Sassy Mo says billionaires are the only players that tell you to pick a side, then put you against one another while they put money, while they pick your pockets. I believe that. I believe that these billionaires, they're the ones really kind of running things. I mean, really and truly, money talks, everything else walks. I mean, this is crazy, y'all. This is really, really crazy. They're trying to take freedom of speech out of people's mouths. This is crazy.
Incredibly emotional moments and hours after the shooting of Renee Good. You went on national television and you said to ICE, get the F out of Minneapolis. Do you regret that language? I mean, that doesn't sound like turning the temperature down.
I don't regret it at all. In the moments before I went out there to do that press conference, I learned that Kristi Noem had already jumped to a conclusion as to the ICE agent's conduct, saying that it was purely self-defense. Minutes or hours later, you had her saying that Renee Good was a domestic terrorist. If I seemed like I was angry and frustrated, I was. And part of my responsibility as mayor is to channel what the people in our city are feeling. And the people in our city were angry. They were upset. And at the same time, from the very beginning, we were saying the same thing, which is we gotta keep the peace. We're not going to counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos here. Yes, we stand
And
up.
see, he was saying, you know, keeping the peace. He was upset. He didn't want these people to come there, of course, and act a fool. He wants to keep the peace. But y'all, I don't know anything about this. Was he governor, mayor? I don't know anything about him. But y'all, at least he was trying to, you know, come and, you know, protect his city, Minneapolis. But y'all, him and the governor and the mayor now are trying to be there. The feds are subpoenaing them, and they're trying to basically like go after them. This is crazy.
Yes, we peacefully protest. And we're not going to go down this route that gives them the excuse to come in with greater numbers. They're looking for an excuse. They're trying to intimidate Minneapolis residents, but I'll tell you, I've seen tens of thousands of people remain composed, to line up to get groceries to people that are scared to go outside, to make sure that people have a walk to their car on their way back home from work. I mean, there have been so many beautiful things that have taken place here in Minneapolis, and I'll tell you, this is another thing to remember, it's January. In Minneapolis,
cold.
It's like negative temperatures out there, but people have never.
Oh, alopecia. Did he say the C word? Cold? Oh my goodness. Snow? Oh, yeah. Y'all, let's continue. I'm sorry. I'll be allergic to the cold.
Felt warmer.
All right, Minneapolis
Wow.
Mayor Jacob Fry, thank you for joining us.
Wow, that is crazy. This is really, really crazy, y'all. I mean, I'm just like really, really in shock to how all this stuff is coming, like, you know, into play this year. 2026 has started off crazy already. And this thing with Renee Good, I'm telling you, it has really, really then played a crazy toll in the beginning of 2026. I mean, people are just all over the place. They said there was other people who got you know, have gotten shot from this situation because people are doing the most. They're doing all kind of you know, it's crazy. The ICE agents, they are snatching people up. People are out there, you know, some may be rioting, possibly could be rioting. Some people are just out there peacefully protesting. But it is so bad. And then it's snowing. It's cold as all get out. People are still trying to go out there and protest because they're saying this, what happened to Renee. They're saying that the ICE agents just flat out, like, killed her. But y'all, let's continue. Let's see what Don Lemon, shout out to Don Lemon. If y'all not haven't seen his channel, don't know who he is. Don Lemon, he used to be on CNN, and he's now gone to his independent YouTube channel, and now he is doing content, and now he's boots on ground in Minnesota. And let's see what kind of content he got out there, because when I say he was boots on ground today, he was literally boots on ground today.
And so he's got spray in there. But the thing is, for me, is I don't know why do they rope off protesters and tell you that you can only be in this particular place? That's not what it's about. It's supposed to be about disruption. There are more officers that are coming in now. More doubt. Do you see the spray in his hand? There's more spray, the pepper spray over there. And there's more tactical equipment, more cars coming up. Something's going to happen. They're doing something from what I witnessed in Chicago. When you start to see this many people being activated, something is going on. Yes, please.
Oh, thank you, Evan Thompson. Evan Thompson said, enjoy your live. Thank you, Lounge. You're welcome. Thank you for stopping in. And happy Sunday Fun Day to everybody in the building, y'all. Let's continue. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes up, y'all.
So something is going on when you see that. I'm just getting some notes from some texts from some of the people, some of the sources out here. So look, they're definitely, the protesters are definitely out here telling the officers how they feel about them and how they feel about ICE, which is their right to do. You know, where they say sticks and stones and break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I don't know about that one all the time, but these words should not be of concern to these officers. It should be if these folks are out of control. And I don't see anybody who's out of control. They're just...
And I don't see anybody out of control either. It looks like they're just peacefully protesting. They're not acting a fool. They're not cutting up. They're doing, you know, I don't see nobody doing nothing like out of, you know, disrespect to the ICE agents, to any of the federal agents. But y'all, this is crazy.
Oh, hi, how are you? If you're in the chat now, if you're watching us live, make sure you hit the thumbs up and hit the like. Okay, now they're backing this truck up. Let's see what they do with this truck. See if they try to push people back, if they use it. But I think they're going to try to put this blockade between.
And y'all, they put those little fences up. You see the fence? They put that up recently because before the other day when we went live, I didn't see that there. I didn't see that there. Ghostface says white people is being discriminated against, or the world is the world coming to an end. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? I mean, it's really crazy. Bougie Barbie says dictators don't like protesters of any kind. Exactly. None at all. Dictators want to tell you what to do and don't ask no questions, right? I mean, y'all, this is crazy.
Activates the protesters. If they just sort of left the protesters alone, don't you think they would not, you know what I mean? Just same thing in Chicago. Yeah, like just let them yell, let them get it off of their chest. And, but they, for some reason, can't do that. Let's walk through. I'm wondering if they're gonna. It's beautiful with this really great. I have to put my gloves on. Of course. Oh my God, your hands must be freezing. Yeah, they're very cold. So.
Oh, I know it is freezing cold out there, y'all. Oh my goodness. Look at the snow. Oh my God. I could not. But they are out there. People are out there still protesting, y'all. And this is today. This is Sunday, earlier, just a little while ago.
Truly right here. And this. Sure. That's all of the folks who are here. And then you've got people who are this way as well. It stretches back there. And then there are other people around this corner. There are other folks like around over there. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. You're an unpaid protester?
Yes, I am.
I thought you guys were paid.
No, not at all. Not a penny. You know, I can't put this on camera, but this is the mittens my husband recently gave me.
Oh, of course I can put
Yeah,
it.
so
Oh,
you can
Lord.
take my hands out of these.
Oh my goodness, y'all, look at her mittens. Y'all, this is crazy. I mean, this is hilarious, y'all. Have y'all ever seen any mittens like that? Put a one in the chat, y'all. She came with her middle finger mittens from, I guess, her husband. Y'all, this is crazy.
Username, my comments live. Appreciate you. Keep up.
Oh, D-Dot says internet messing up. Oh, your internet, D-Dot, or mine? Can y'all hear me? Okay, your internet, D-Dot? Okay, y'all.
Ready?
Love it.
Thank you. Nice to meet
I'm a
you.
subscriber, so
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
For your show, Sarah Boone.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
Oh, wow, a CNN rep. Okay, CNN's there too.
Gosh, how are you? I used to work with this woman forever at CNN. Say
Oh,
hi to
wow. And if y'all don't know, CNN, Don Lemon, you know, he had a, way to go when he left CNN. But y'all, they paid him a bag. But y'all, let's continue.
Yeah.
Julia.
How are you? Good to see you. What's your name?
My name's Jack. We're just trying to help pick up some release day detainees, they're left out in the cold, and get some supplies, get them home, whatever they need.
Cool, thank you.
It was nice to meet you down.
Do they come out here? Yeah. When they release them?
Yeah, we got, a whole little system. We're kind of, whatever you call this.
Do you know when they're gonna let them out?
We don't know when. Yeah.
And they just show, they just walk out?
They just drop them out. I'm looking for somebody with a jail bag, and then we go and help out.
Do they even have the, like, it's freezing today?
What I'm told is they've been taking, no, they don't have the right clothes, so in some ways, ICE should be thanking us, because that's like another type of murder. You don't throw them out in this weather, you don't last very long, so. But basically, I'm told they've been taking IDs if they're brown, and then also phones no matter what. So we try to get them murder phones, things like that, get them a ride, whatever they need. So
what do you think of these tactics?
It's just, it doesn't feel right, man. I don't even want to entertain an argument, It's just like, you think about these kind of two-way fetish people. Here's your moment.
Mom, Dad, let me give you a ride home.
Wow.
Is this yours?
Hold on, let's get this commercial, y'all. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Uh-oh. Let me continue. Uh-oh, hold on, y'all. I don't know what happened. Uh-oh. Is it my internet? Hold on. D-Dot, is that my internet or y'all's? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what happened. Okay, there it goes. Hold on.
The people.
What's your name?
Jack.
Jack.
Yes.
Come here, brother.
Yes. Appreciate you.
That's what people need to do, man. You're amazing. That's what people do. This really upsets you. Why?
It's, you don't want people to die. You don't want, I don't know. That's a tough one for me. But it just seems so clear. It's not right. It used to be like, oh, you're going too far with these Nazi references. Now it's like, how do you not make those comparisons? I don't know. I used to try to stay away from that. It escalates things, but it's just a trip looking out here. I don't know how to take it in, stomach it, the whole deal. So.
Well, you're doing, but you have to be willing to sacrifice something, and you are.
Yes,
so
and your reporting has a lot of meaning too.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
God
Appreciate
bless
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you. But you guys have helped folks, right? And you get them.
This group has.
Yeah.
This is day one for me, but it sounds like 4 or 5 people is what I've heard the last few days. But it varies. It goes up and down.
Oh, it's my internet. D-Dot, is it my internet that's acting up? Can you guys put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me? Is my internet acting crazy? Bougie Barbie said, I know some of these clergy who are going up there to offer prayer to both sides. I know these people and see them every day. I'm actually very afraid of them. Oh, wow. Can you guys? Okay, I'm good. Y'all can hear me pretty good? Okay. Let me see. 1C and hear you just fine. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. J, Bougie Barbie, Jason. Okay, Derek, Dante. Okay, thank you. Okay, y'all, let's continue.
Thank you very much.
You have a good one.
Now that is what every American should take an example from. That man right there. He's
okay. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Jamil says you're great, laughing out loud. Okay, thank you.
could be at home chilling and he's helping people. And when he says what happens is like when the detainees come out, when they finally let them out, they just have like a bag and whatever they brought came in with.
Jail bag, and they've been taking their phones and their IDs, and and then you're asking for papers. So what do you do then?
So how do they contact anyone to say I'm out? If they have their phone,
we have to see them walk in, and we go and get them, pick them up, bring them home, get them food, whatever they need. So
and you weren't here. Where would they go?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I should be thinking up.
Maddie Ghostface says, sis, the lounge, that was ICE messing with you. Oh my goodness, I hope not. We don't need no problems out of ICE, right? We don't need no problems out of ICE over here. I'm telling you, we don't need no problems, nor do we want any problems, y'all. We ain't trying to have no problems. But y'all, let's continue listening to Dawn Lemon.
Because that's another type of murder, because this weather you die in, so I don't know. It's a weird conundrum, that's all.
Thank you. Unbelievable. And
wow. Okay, maybe that's his, maybe that's Don Lemon's, let me turn it. Maybe that's Don Lemon's, like the camera or whatever. But this situation, I'm telling you, like I said, it has a lot of people in an uproar. The troops, they're saying that they are sending 1,500 troops there to Minnesota. I'm telling y'all, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Bougie Barbie says, not ICE trying to freeze the stream. Yes, ICE was trying to do something. I don't know, but y'all said I'm good to go. But y'all check out our website, www.puresurvivalmerch.com. We got the hair oil for the ladies, and we got the beard oil for the men. Pure Survival beard oil. Check out the website, www.puresurvivalmerch.com. We have hair oil, we got beard oil, we got shirts, surviving, the industry, surviving all this crazy stuff. 2026 is already off to a crazy start. So check out our website, go and grab your Pure Survival merch, your oil, your beard oil, your hair oil. Ladies, gentlemen, get whatever y'all need. Check it out and let me know y'all's thoughts. But y'all, let's continue because it's crazy. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Let's go back to this young boy, because this young boy, like I said, he was there protesting, and he got, I couldn't believe the way that the ICE agent snatched him up. I was like, this is crazy. Ghostface says, sis, you got dreadlock oil. Well, you can use this for your dreadlocks. Either one. You can use it for your dreadlock. If you want to use a beard oil, you can use it for the dreadlocks too, or this, because my son, he got dread, so he uses the oil and it works good on his scalp. You got dry scalp, if you have alopecia, if you have like a hard time growing your edges, if you have patches in your beard, for the man, you got patches in your hair for the ladies, it's going to grow your hair back. Trust me, it is a powerful, powerful oil, homemade by me. But y'all, if y'all need some hair growth oil, even if you're babies, you got a 1 or 2 year old little child, grandchild, daughters that, the hair is not growing, this will definitely grow their hair back fast, quick, and in a hurry. But y'all, let's go back to this story with the young gentleman, because I'm telling you, the way that man, ICE agent, snatched that young gentleman up, that was crazy. Could you imagine getting a phone call from your child and they're saying, I've been shot in my eye by an ICE agent? Yeah, this is crazy. I'm telling you, this is like getting to be like really out of control. But y'all, let's turn it around. Let's get back to it.
We have this story here. A 21-year-old anti-ICE protester has been blinded after being shot during a local rally against the shooting death of Renee Good in Minnesota. That Friday night in Santa Ana turned violent. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez live
Thank you,
downtown
Ghostface.
Santa Ana. Christina, you spoke to this protester.
Yeah, this morning while he was still in the hospital, he has just been released. He identifies himself as Caden Rumler. He's blind in one eye, he says, and he's sharing photos of his injuries. And I'm going to warn you, they're disturbing, but he wants to share them because he says he wants people to understand the difference between what he's saying happened and what Department of Homeland Security is saying. We also have as much video as we could of the incident, so here, take a look. Federal agents approach protesters during a Friday night rally.
And look at closely, you guys. Look how this ICE agent snatches the young boy up. Young gentleman. I'm going to say young, because you're old enough to be my child. But look at how he snatches this young gentleman up. This is crazy. Y'all, this is crazy. Let's watch it.
In Santa Ana, grab someone holding a loudspeaker and pull him away as other protesters move up, including one wearing a dark shirt who doubles over. The other protester wearing a white shirt struggles with officers. The officers then grabbed the protester with
Oh
black
my
shirt.
God.
Caden Rumler, who sent me these photos from the hospital, where
Oh
he
my
says he
God.
is being treated for a serious eye injury, which he describes in a statement read by a fellow member of Dare to Struggle, the organization that was protesting Friday.
I heard a bang, and suddenly I was on my knees. The DHS agent dragging me towards the building.
Looking like he is, look, do y'all see this ICE agent? He is dragging this young gentleman like a rag doll. Like a rag doll.
I was gripping the front of my collar.
Over the phone, Caden explains he was taken inside the government building and eventually transported to a hospital, where he remains after losing his eye. This is the moment he says an agent shot him.
Shot at point blank range in the
Oh
face
my
with a
God.
pepper ball bullet.
The other protesters seen struggling with officers also speaking to media.
I was released from Santa Ana jail after being held for almost 3 days without knowing my charge until the morning of my release.
Oh, thank you, Ghostface. Ghostface put the link for the Pure Survival merch website. Thank you, Ghostface. Y'all check it out. Y'all can get y'all survival merch. I mean, we got everything for animals, the hair oil, the beard oil. Check it out, y'all. But y'all, let's continue. Thank you, Manny Ghostface. Thank you.
DHS responding to Fox 11 saying this was a mob throwing rocks, bottles, and fireworks. And that, quote, one of the rioters who was arrested for disorderly conduct was taken to the hospital for a cut and was released that night.
Y'all, these people are going, I mean, left and right. People are getting hurt. Hey, Lover Myself, how are you? Welcome in, sis. Y'all, this is crazy. This is, I mean, people are getting shot in the eye. People are getting shot. People are, I mean, all kind of stuff. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Welcome. People are getting like, I mean, y'all, this is getting crazy. This is really, really getting out of control. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that this is getting like really out of control. Put a 1 in the chat, because I'm telling y'all, this is crazy.
Orange County Supervisor Vicente Sarmiento says he was there and that local authorities cannot get any details from the feds about what you see happening in this video.
We can't hold anybody responsible. That's the frustration that people have, is that they're seeing this unfold before their eyes.
Wow. Oh my God.
And he's also afraid that people are going to stop showing up at these rallies. And the organization, I know they're saying they're going to continue, that they don't want people to be afraid. Now, I have put the entire statement we got from the Department of Homeland Security on our website at foxla.com so you can read it. And they insist that this was a mob. This young man says he was holding a megaphone. I'm Christina Gonzalez, live downtown Santa Ana. Back to you, Christina.
Wow, so Santa Ana, I mean, they are going crazy everywhere. I mean, not only in Minnesota, even in New York, they were having protests. I mean, protests really everywhere. Every place you turn your head to, they are doing all kind of protests. But y'all, this is crazy. And this is, I mean, y'all, this is diabolical. And really and truly, like I said, there's a way, there should be their protocol. Everybody has a protocol. Everybody has a way to do their job, guided by, certain rules, regulations, or whatever. But when these ICE agents are going out, snatching people out their cars, doing stuff that it could be done in a better way. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, really, really, y'all, this is crazy. This is diabolical.
All right, recent clashes in Minnesota have shined a spotlight on harsh ICE tactics in cities nationwide, including against U.S. citizens who record them or protest their actions. One demonstrator seriously hurt in California last week is now telling his story. Video shows 21-year-old Caden Rumler, seen here with the bullhorn, as he was shot in the face by a federal agent. Rumler told Carter Evans he is now permanently blind in his left eye. A warning, you may find some images in Carter's report disturbing.
I've replayed that night so many times in my head, especially at night when I try to sleep. It keeps me up. Sorry.
Caden Rumler says exercising his right to free speech nearly cost him his life. Last Friday in Santa Ana, California, a planned peaceful protest in response to the shooting death of Renee Good in Minnesota turned chaotic. At one point, a federal agent is seen pulling a protester from the crowd. Rumler, holding a megaphone, rushes after and is immediately shot in the eye with a less lethal round at close range.
I just started feeling like a bit of warmth down my face.
The video shows an agent dragging Rumler from the scene, his face covered in blood.
Wow.
Can you see it?
Y'all, they dragged him like a rag doll. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Hold up.
My face.
The video shows an agent dragging Rumler from the scene, his face covered in blood.
Oh my God.
Can you see it all out of your left eye?
Not even light, and I never will.
Rumler says doctors found plastic, metal, and glass throughout his eye.
Oh, y'all, that looks so scary. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. This look is, oh my goodness. That look, oh yeah, yeah.
Can you see it all out of your left eye?
No, not even light, and I never will.
Rumler says doctors found plastic, metal, and glass throughout his eye.
Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. That looks so like scary and disgusting. Oh my goodness. Oh
The
my
Department of
God.
Homeland Security hasn't yet specified what type of round struck him.
My understanding is there's still metal lodged
Yeah.
in your face right next to your carotid artery.
Yes, there is a few millimeters away. My doctor said it's a miracle I'm still alive.
There are some people who are going to look at this video and say, that crowd was charging these officers, they were justified in protecting themselves.
It's a completely unacceptable use of force. There's a distinction between when an officer is genuinely threatened in a situation like this.
Imagine having to arrest someone and also keep an eye on someone that's coming quickly upon you. So he had very little time to react. We're not out there to hurt people, but at the end of the day, we're not out there to get hurt either.
In a statement, the DHS says 2 officers were injured in a highly coordinated campaign of violence. Rumler was charged with disorderly conduct.
Wow.
Do you wish it never gone?
No, I would go back and do it all again in a heartbeat. I won't sit back when there's injustice going on.
Wow. Woo! Bron said crazy work. I know, right? That boy got shot in his eye while he was protesting. OMG. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is 2026 is starting off with some crazy foolishness. Some craziness, y'all. I mean, this is crazy. So we got the breaking news that the feds are subpoenaing the governor and the mayor for what they said basically when all this stuff started and popped off. And now they're also sending 1,500 troops from Alaska to Minnesota. That just broke like an hour or so ago, an hour, 2 hours ago. I'm telling you, it's getting crazy out here, y'all. It is getting crazy. But y'all, no matter what side you stand on, right is right and wrong is wrong all day long. You know, nobody deserves to lose their life. It's a very, very, very sad thing. And, you know, it's just, you know, hopefully this will end soon. I mean, I don't know how long it's been, like, 9 days or something? Almost like 2 weeks since this situation kind of sparked off. People are still out there doing protests. People are still out there, upset about the situation. So, y'all, it's sad. It's crazy. 2026, you know, it's looking like a 2025 2.0 already. But I don't know. Y'all just stay prayed up. If y'all, you know, I don't know what y'all religious preference is, but just pray, or whoever y'all pray to. Be careful, be vigilant. If y'all have kids, grandkids, you know, let them know that, you know, if there's getting stopped by a police officer, ICE agent, border, whatever, just, you know, follow what they're giving you guidance so they don't lose their life. Because it's just getting crazy out here. It's getting crazy. It's getting really crazy. But y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all. Thank y'all for stopping in. Always lead with love, peace, and tranquility. Y'all check out the store, www.puresurvivalmerch.com. Get y'all's merch. We got candles coming soon. It's a lot going on, but just be careful, because if you're at church, you're at Walmart, you're driving down the road, I mean, you don't never know what's going to happen wherever you're at, right? It doesn't matter, because they didn't hit up the churches, the libraries, the malls. It doesn't matter. Just be careful. Be careful. But lead with love, peace, and tranquility. As I always say, thank each and every one of you, because y'all, we made it to 50K subscribers last week, and I am no more than grateful and thankful, and I can't thank y'all enough for you guys coming in, watching my content, coming into my lives, all of my mods, my baby, Jamil Peterson. Thank every one of y'all. Each and every one of y'all have contributed to this for my channel, and I appreciate it, y'all. I'm so grateful. But y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday fun day, y'all. And y'all will do it again in the next live.